Hey there. I just wanted to do a video talking about how much I freaking love Friday the 13th. There's a bunch of my DVDs and Blu-rays, that's not even all of them. But anyway, I heard today about the Shout Factory Blu-ray set that's coming out, the Scream Factory Blu-ray set. It's gonna include some newly found footage that was considered lost for part 2. That's really cool. It includes the scene where at the end, Mrs. Voorhees' head blinks before the end credit. It was original ending scene. I really want to see that. I'm really hoping that's included. And they found a whole bunch of new gore scenes, new death scenes that people thought were lost. There's scenes that people didn't even know existed. So I just wanted to talk about all my different Friday 13th stuff. There's the deluxe edition 4-pack. And these deluxe editions were really weird because they had consistently the wrong Jason mask. They had the mask from part 5 with the little arrows under the eyes. So that's strange. I don't know why they all did that. Part 5, though, I guess had the right mask. There's a weird thing, though. That house at the bottom, I don't think that's the right house from the movie. Oh, well, it's a little dumb little minor thing, but anyway, part 6 is really weird to me. Because, again, it's the wrong mask, and you can see the skin on the hand, so it's obviously not zombie Jason. And there's all, cartoon blood dripping off the blade. What do you do? Stab Roger Rabbit or something? Whatever. Anyway, then there's part 7. I don't know who that screaming girl is. Is that the girl from the Jason X poster? Maybe. Also, wrong mask again, and also, not zombie Jason. And the weird thing with part 7, on the back, they have a picture of Tina's father, zombie version of him. That's really interesting, because that didn't make it into the movie. That scene got cut. He just pops up and he's normal looking. Then part 8, one of my favorites. And again, the wrong mask, and, I'm not even sure if that's actually the right skyline. Kinda looks like it might just be a generic skyline or something. I don't know, I can't really tell. Oh well, anyway. The dumb little nitpicky things, and after that, then there's also the Jason Slasher collection. This was really cool to find. Actually, at one point, I had all of the series on VHS. My local video store was switching everything to DVD, so they were selling off all their tapes. And I was able to get all the Friday 13th, all the Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Critters, Leprechaun, Phantasm, and just all the great horror movies. And so anyway, let's see. I picked up this DVD set from a store in the mall, FYE. I don't know if they're still around or not. Anyway, let's take a look at the individual ones. Jason Goes to Hell with that weird little worm thing there. Yeah, not much to say about this one. Nothing in there. Oh, actually, see, Jason X. Now, this one I owned individually. When I got this set, I gave away the DVD, but I kept the little booklet that was inside and just stuck it in here. I had these little tabs to hold it in. So that was cool. And then last up is Freddy vs. Jason. I have a copy of this lying around somewhere, like a standalone DVD copy. I have no idea where it is. So anyway, there's that. And let's see. Yeah, all the original series. And then there's the 2009 one. Killer Cut is the name some people call it by. It needs a title. Calling it Friday 13th isn't really a title. And it's not really a remake, so, yeah. Oh, and I got this, actually, from the video store. Some of their new release DVDs they were selling off, and so I got that one, and it came with the little digital code there. No idea if that's still, if it would still work, but hey, if anybody wants to give that a try, go right ahead. I have no idea if it works. See, and then we get into the weird part of my DVD collection. Friday 13th, the series. Man, this was really, really cool to find. I remember, let's see, I think it was back during one of my first jobs, I saved up for all the DVDs I really wanted to get, and this was one of the first ones I got, because I really like Friday the 13th, the series, even though it has really nothing to do with the movies. But I still really like the series. The series is really, really good. It's too bad it didn't last a little longer. I would have loved if it had gone on, like if they could have brought Ryan back. Was that his name? Yeah, Ryan. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah. Let's see, next up is some documentaries. His Name Was Jason. This came out, I think, a little before the 2009 remake movie. It was hosted by Tom Savini. That was really cool. And there was lots of neat little things in it, and there was a whole disc of bonus features, and the weird thing with my copy, it came with a $5 off coupon for the remake. Well, that's weird. And also, this was technically the first Angry Video Game Nerd DVD that I owned, because there's a re-edit of the Friday 13th Angry Video Game Nerd episode on here. And then is Crystal Lake Memories, which is another thing that I had saved up for, not the DVD, the book. Yeah, I have the book down here too. Let's see, move some stuff out of the way. There it is. Ugh. It's heavy. I have a whole bunch of Friday 13th stuff left to show you. Let's see. Oh, here's another documentary. It's not particularly Friday 13th themed. It's all about Kane Hodder, who's one of the most prolific Jason actors. He was Jason in, I think it was 4 movies. Let's see. 7, 8, Hell, X. Yep, 4 movies. So anyway, it's a documentary all about Kane Hodder. This was really fascinating. He has a book, too, called Unmasked, but I haven't been able to track down a copy. I don't know, maybe it's only digitally available or something, but anyway. Then there's this weird DVD I found, a Megadisc. This is a collection of fan films and interviews, Comic-Con footage. And there's a second disc I found with similar stuff on it. It's a bunch of like little short films and Comic-Con footage, interviews, and things from like foreign DVD sets. And then here's Never Hike Alone, the Blu-ray. This is a really fun movie, and it's actually, the whole thing is still up on YouTube, I think. So if you want to check it out, just look up Never Hike Alone. This is a really, really fun, cool movie. And, yeah. And there's a sequel being made, I think. I'm hoping. I know there's at least one follow-up short that's been made. And one of the cool things, the filmmaker left his autograph on the little card it came with. So that was neat. Let's see. Well, I'm talking about foreign Friday the 13th DVDs. Here's the Turkish Friday the 13th. 13 Kuma? Or Kuma? Something. And even the little, like, critic quotes and stuff is all in Turkish, or whatever language this is. There's a whole bunch of language options. This was a really cool thing to find. I also found some Turkish VCDs. Yeah, these were weird. The 3rd movie and the 5th movie. VCDs are strange. I guess they still make VCDs in some parts of the world. Oh, and some cool pictures. And it's stuck. Oh well. Oh, it opens that way. So, part 5. Interestingly, the individual part 6 DVD over here, I think, used this image on the cover. Now, here's a weird part of my collection. A couple of bootleg 2009 DVDs. Let's see. This one's really funny. Because in the corner, there's this little red, angry face. Is he in the movie? I don't remember seeing him. And up the top, widescreen edition. Technically, it was filmed off a widescreen in a theater. And then on the back, copyright 2009. I've always found that weird when bootlegs have copyright information. Oh, and they spell Voorhees the Jason Goes to Hell way with one O. That's funny. Anyway, the other one that I have, it's a completely different design, but it's exactly the same. It's even filmed, like, in the same theater. This camera shakes the same way, and at the end, right before it just cuts to black and stops, it doesn't play the end credits. As soon as the movie ends, the guy gets up, leaves, and you can hear someone in the background mutter, "Oh, it's finally over." It was actually really interesting to see a recorded in the theater version, like to hear the audience reaction as the movie was going along, because like at the beginning everyone's all tense, they giggle, they gasp, they scream, they laugh at all the right moments, and then like right after the title comes up there's this huge roar, there's an applause, and then dead silence through the rest of the movie. The only part that gets like even like a giggle is the scene where Jason stabs the girl's head through the dock. Which I like too, so yeah. Not really anything interesting on the back of that one. So let's see, what else we got? CDs. Now here's a interesting one. This CD was a Comic-Con giveaway, I think. One of 100 copies or something. This one is apparently number 5. Alright. Anyway, one of the really strange, annoying things is the track listing on the back is all jumbled up at the end. The first couple are in the same order, but then the rest are all just jumbled up, and let's see. We have the NES theme. Do 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 from the video game. That's pretty funny. And then there's a soundtrack to Friday the 13th, the series. Now, interestingly, this CD came from Germany. I don't know if it actually got released over here. Everything's in English, so I don't know. There's like a bunch of German stuff at the bottom here. Don't know what that's all about, anyway. And then there's the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, which I only have because it was really cheap at a media store that was going out of business. They were selling everything like 75% off, so it cost me like $3 or something. I like some of it. Some of it's really cool. I only really keep it because it's a Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street collectible. Let's see, what else? Yeah, then there's this book, Curious Goods. Making of Friday 13th, the series. This was really fascinating. There's a whole bunch of really cool information, behind-the-scenes pictures, stuff I would have never known otherwise. I'm so glad somebody went so in-depth into researching the series, because I really like the series, and it was really cool to be able to read all about it. Next up is a weird one, Death Count. This is a collection of like little cutesy cartoon versions of a bunch of the death scenes in Friday the 13th. That was really weird. It's just like these little Fisher-Price little people stick figures getting murdered. It's hilarious. And then I got a graphic novel collection, a paperback collection of some of the individual comics. These are crazy rare. I got lucky on eBay and found a copy for like $15 once. I'd really love to find more of the Friday the 13th comics in paperback form. Let's see. I do have some more comics, but they're all individual. Let's see. There's a couple of the Freddy vs. Jason comics. Now, let's see. This one I've had since... I don't even know when. I think since it came out. I remember buying it brand new. Then there's a couple of Jason Goes to Hell comic adaptations. I'm missing the first issue. I have 2 and 3, but no 1. Isn't that the way it goes? Then there's, let's see, a Wildstorm comic of Friday the 13th. And then some of these ones with the really recognizable artwork on the cover. Oh, and then there's a Jason vs. Jason X. I almost forgot about this one. I found a bunch of these at a flea market. The person selling them, they had like a whole bunch of Friday the 13th comics, and unfortunately I think I bought just about all of them. So they didn't have any more. Oh let's see. Oh, Freddy's Dead magazine. That was the magazine I had. So I don't have a Friday the 13th magazine, but I do have this thing. Jason, which apparently was released right before the remake came out. Lots of really cool pictures, some interview stuff. It's basically like the light version of the Crystal Lake Memories book. So yeah, that's just about all the Friday the 13th stuff I have. I have a couple of the toys too, but they're in the other room. What do you think of Friday the 13th? If you have any thoughts on it, tell me in the comments. I'd love to read them. See ya.